Red. Boom.
This shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pin to Gas podcast. And this episode is brought to you by Bison. Are you or anybody else you know in the market looking for a leather suit, a chest protector, custom gloves? Look no further than Bison. Don't buy an off the rack suit. Trust me. Get you a custom tailored suit from Bison, any colors, any styles, any logos you want. You can just thank us later, right? So go join the herd. Absolutely the best people around you'll ever meet. Tasha and Robert, they are just simply amazing people. They're always there at the track. So if you have a mishap, you need an alteration, something done, guess what? You can get it done right there on the spot at the racetrack. And they're simply amazing. So I don't know why you're sitting around. You can use this discount code PIN2GAS 2024 and get 10% off all your needs at Bison. So do me a favor. Go join that herd. But yes, listen, guys, I'm excited. Me and Damon's been talking for a while. I finally got him to sit down and do this with me. So, Damon, welcome to Pin to Gas.
What's up, man? Thank you for having me here.
Oh man, dude, nothing. It's been a crazy, hectic day today. I had a big honey to do list, right? I had to mow the lawn, a weed eat, and we got a new back door put in.
That's
So
what I had to do.
yeah, right. You know, and then I went. So my lawnmower broke down. The PTO went out in it, and it's not worth fixing because the PTO is worth than what I paid for the lawnmower to begin with, right? So I borrow my buddy's zero turn down the street, and every time he lets me borrow it, I mow his lawn and fill up the lawnmower. You know, just thank you or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I was doing that, and dude, cooking. Taking out the old door because we installed a new French doors in our house where our kitchen is. So I had to clean all that mess up and laundry, right? I don't know about you, but yeah, I'm constantly doing laundry. So yeah, but anyway, I've been busy, but we're not here about me. We're here for you, Damon. So yeah, I'm super excited to hear your story, right? A lot of people know you from SFL Mini GP, which is everybody knows the most amazing place in the whole United States.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
Best
So
place to come from. Yeah.
you hear it all the time. You hear it from the racers and riders that are on here, and here's another one, right? Another legend in the making.
Right.
So, Damon, let's get into it, man. I want to know your story, man. What is your story? How did you begin? When did you first get into motorcycles?
So whenever I was around like 2 years old, I had a little electric bike, and I would ride around on that. I would ride around the yard on that. I'm pretty big into like crashing and stuff, so I would like fake crashes and roll around the yard. So, and then whenever I was around 3, I got a pocket bike. That was the first gas bike. Like, I was proud. Rode on that till I was probably about 4 or 5, and actually on the pocket bike, I still got my scar right here. I crashed. I was going, I don't know. I had it full, and I was going pretty fast, and did a tank slapper, and I crashed out. The handlebar got stuck on top of my my knuckle, and I was sitting across the road, and that stuff. But whenever I was 5, I got my CRF50. And then rode on that for a while, and then I finally got whenever I was 9, whenever I finally got into South Florida Mini GP, I got a TTR 110 for that, and
Nice.
rode on that for a while. Yeah, that was my first race bike.
That's awesome. So
was,
let me ask you this, Damon. How did you find out about SFL Mini GP?
Well, my dad, my parents been trying to find an organization like that for a while since I was like younger, whenever I first got into motorcycles, but they could never find one. All the ones that they could find were all like out of state or, you know, really far away. And he had finally found out about South Florida Mini GP. and probably Facebook or from a friend or something. Um, and we had made it out to racing Bushnell, and I started out on a CRF 50, and I didn't even have full leathers either. I had like a chest guard, I had knee guards, elbow guards. Oh man, whenever I see pictures of myself first starting out, and it's crazy to see where you come from.
Yeah, it
But
is.
how I started out.
That's awesome, man. And SFL Mini, we said this before, it's the greatest training camp for future champs. I mean, look how many
Hmm.
is already in Moto America winning, won championships. AV Dreyer, Ella, Isaac. I mean, the list goes on and on. And I'm friends with all these guys, and you know them all too as well. And the cool thing I like about SFL
Yeah.
Mini, and I'm sure your parents did too when they first found out, is you don't even need a bike, you don't need gear, you don't need nothing. You just register, pay your registration fee,
Nope.
show up, and they provide everything. So there's no excuses at
Right.
all why you cannot ride, right? And then from there,
Right.
because it's a great platform, because they're from there, Damon, then you get a chance to, and they rent bikes. So let's say you
Hmm.
wanted a TTR 110 and you rented it, and you're like, I'd rather have the CRF 110, same bike but different colors, right?
Right.
Basically, you can do that
Yeah.
too as well. Instead of just jumping head in and you're not gelling with the bike as much. So dude, so you found SFL and you got into it. And what was your first race bike
A
in
TTR 110.
SFL? Yeah,
Yep.
awesome, man. Converted it to Supermoto. Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
still have that TTR?
I do. Yeah, I have all my bikes that whenever I was from a little 2 year old and then to now. Yeah, my mom wants to keep all my bikes. We haven't sold any of them.
That's awesome. So your mom's a huge supporter, obviously,
Hmm.
of this sport. And see, I didn't have that luxury, even though my dad rode all the time and I asked for a bike all the time. My mom was always like, nope, 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 right? It's inevitable. I got one and never looked back. But grew up still riding with my buddies that had bikes, right? But
Right.
yeah, she does support me. Uh but I think her thing is she still don't like it, but she knows I love it, so she's okay with it, right? But she still don't want me to
Yeah.
do it. So, where my
Yeah,
dad,
I
he's
don't
got
think any
bikes.
mom really likes it. Yeah, my mom still
Fact.
gets scared, especially now on the big bikes.
I could only imagine, man, because you're her everything, and she don't want to see her everything get hurt, right? But she also
Right.
understands on that side of it, your love and your passion and your desire to become a champion and where you want to be at, right? So that she fully backs 110%. Um, and I could see being a parent. It's one of those things that you don't understand what I'm saying because you don't have a child, right? You don't have a kid, but when you become a parent, whether a mom or a dad, then you understand. Like when I first did, and I would call my mom and be like, "Mom, I'm sorry. I apologize. I did that. Like I didn't understand." My boss, she's like, "Oh, honey, it's okay. All this, but it's you understand the worries. You don't have that type of worry until you have a child, right? And then racing, doing the speeds, and yeah, it's
Hmm.
amazing. So TTR 110. How long did you actually compete in SFL?
For about 6 to 7 years, and then I finally got into big bikes. Pan America. That was the first organization I got with on the 300, and then I rode
Nice.
with them for about 2 years, and then I finally got into ASRA, and that's what I'm racing with now. And I do a couple of Wero races, but
That's
I
awesome.
haven't done any this year yet. But I've done
No,
yeah, I've only done 2 or 3 races with ASRA this year so far, and a couple races with Pan America.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, it is expensive. But so let me ask you this, Damon. Who's on your team? Like when you show up to the races, who are your team members?
My mom, my dad, um, and then I got my sponsorships. Um, Dwayne Coker, uh, he's a power sport transportation. He hauls everything all across the country. He actually lets us take one of his semis to the races. We load everything in there, and it's got a sleeper in there, so we can just sleep in there. That's pretty cool.
I've never slept inside a semi before. I'm pretty sure it's I don't want to say I'm pretty sure because I've never done it. Right? It's different.
Right.
Sleeping in a semi, yeah.
It's different, but it's definitely a lot better than a car. So yeah,
It's facts.
it's got a
102%.
fridge in there. It's got a microwave. You can heat up food. You got a little bit of space, so it's really not that bad.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've never even ridden in a semi. I sat in one. My aunt, her ex-husband, used to drive semis, and I remember getting up, and they had the bed in the back, and it's big. It was big, but he had a nice one too. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. So you went from SFL Mini GP to where you are now, right? But your proving stomping grounds and how you developed your skills was SFL Mini, and that's what got you
Yep.
to where you are today.
That's how I learned. That's where I learned everything from.
That's
Michael
awesome, man.
Carrera. He taught me everything I know now.
Dude, again, simply the most amazing people in the world, all of them. And when you go down there, you'll see everybody. I mean, Pat Sheridan, Michael Correa, Juju, if he's not and over there in the UK, dude, Avery, Ella, Jamie, Cameron, everybody, which is awesome, right? And it's a family atmosphere, and people learn a lot, man. There's a lot. So obviously, Rick Glover and Cooper.
I believe so. Man, I'm not really good with names, but
I know all too well because I'm not the best guy with names neither. I remember faces, right? But
yeah, right. Yeah, I need to see a face.
Me too, man. Absolutely. Because I could ask, hey, man, do you know so and so? And I'm like, I mean, the name kind of sounds familiar. Do you got a picture?
Right.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I've talked to him before. Yeah, I'm the same way. So, listen, your time spent in SFL Mini GP. Did you win any championships?
I want to say, it was a battle. It was definitely a battle. Between me, Julian Carrera, and Avery. I think I won one or two. I definitely did. I know I definitely won one.
I could.
But yeah.
I couldn't imagine winning a championship, right? I raced, only did it for 2 years. Facts. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like the emotions, you can finally do it because that just confirms, Damon, that you belong here, right?
Right.
Which is a good
work.
Right. And it's good for your mental state too, as well, because now you done prove to yourself that I can do this, and yeah, I'm as fast as.
And I think that's what definitely kept me in the, in racing, and because even crashing, that I remember this one crash I had at Bushnell. I mean that put me in a mindset where I wouldn't even want to race anymore, and I had a bad crash. I only had a minor concussion, and I went home that day, right after the crash, and I was telling my mom, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to race anymore. I'm done doing this. This is too much. And then right when we get home, I'm like, they're asking me, so like, do you really want to stop racing? I'm like, nope, I don't want to stop racing. I want to keep doing it. Right?
I'm like, what are you talking about? Where's this coming from?
Yeah, no, definitely didn't want to stop.
I love it. Not now, not never.
Right.
Facts, right? Yeah, that's awesome. And concussion's a serious thing, right? That's something that I think that's one area in our sport that really needs to be improved on. Is concussion. Like I know over there, and I know I compare it a lot, but in British Superbikes, if a rider has a concussion, they're out for 14 days. Really? I'm pretty sure it's 14. Yeah, it's either 7 or 14 days. I'm pretty sure it's 14 days that they can't even be on the track. No track days, no nothing. They take it very serious, right? And I think that's an awesome thing. It's a double-edged sword like anything, Damon. So if you're in the hunt for the championship and you get a back concussion, you know, you're going to miss 1 or 2 rounds. Hopefully not. Hopefully when it happens, you know, you got 2 weeks between the next race. But
Right. Yeah, it's usually, especially with ASRA, it's usually like a month or two before the next race.
Yeah, so it is, but it's something that I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel like the helmet safety industry has advanced to where we are 10 years ago, right? But I feel like to where we are in technology, they can definitely improve it somehow, some way, right? To make it better, of course, for everybody. But yeah, concussions is it's a serious thing. Unless we got Keith Kelly, my man Keith is in the house. He says Damien's killing it this year.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you, man. Hey, you are too. Everybody is, man. Everybody in the racing industry, man. It's good. Everybody's doing really good.
It is. He also says can't wait to see him back on the R6.
Man, I can't wait to get back on the R6, man. I've been waiting to get it back. Been bored on this R3.
What's wrong with the R6?
So whenever I had a race in Miami Homestead, I had revved it too much, and the pistons smacked the valves, and you know I was going through a turn, and you know I went to go get on the gas, and it wouldn't do anything, so I pulled off, and that was it.
That's all she wrote. Yep. So,
Yep.
Who's working on the bike?
Oh shoot. Chris. I know his name is Chris. He has a shop like 2 hours away from here. Yeah, he's the one that maintains my bikes.
Nice.
If I could remember the name of the shop, mine just went blank on that.
Damien, trust me, I get the same way, brother. I do. I really do. And then Keith says, perfection takes time, man. When it comes to these rebuilds, it's a waiting game on parts, and he's absolutely right.
Right.
It is. So, how did you and Keith meet?
Oh man, we were shoot. Let me try and remember real quick.
He says barber.
Barber?
Yep.
It was. Barber. Keith, help me out here a little bit.
So y'all met in Barber what a couple years ago?
It was last year.
All right.
I only been to that track once.
Okay. He says.
All right. That's right. Actually, yeah, I remember now. All right. So Malcolm, he drove me to Barber. My mom and dad, they couldn't come, so he let me ride with him. And Malcolm, he's one of my dad's friends, and so he has an RV, or a camper, and you know I was staying in there, and Keith Kelly needed a place to stay for the night, and Malcolm let him stay in there, put his stuff in there, and he kind of just stayed the night in there, and that's how we met. You know, and he was a pretty cool dude. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Keith is absolutely awesome. I can't wait to have him part 2 with Keith back on here. He's absolutely amazing. I can't wait to meet you and everybody else. And I always say this in real life, right? Because I will be making my way down to Florida at some point to ride with everybody at SFL Mini. So that means, Damien, you got to come to SFL Mini when I come. So
I'd love
absolutely.
to.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Keith said I was crashing his RV for the AC.
Oh yeah, it was hot, and it was unbelievably hot. That was the hottest I've ever been at a track, man. It really was. Yeah, it's definitely something he needed to do. So
That's awesome. I don't blame out of doing
Yeah.
the same thing. Hey man, can I crash with you guys? Go, and it's nice and cool. You're like, oh yes,
Mhm.
yes. It sucks being hot all the time,
Yeah, and I had
right?
to. Man, I almost passed out. I was putting tire warmers on and off for the race, and I would come off the track, and I had like a little blue rag that I would put on my face to keep me cool, drinking pickle juice. And that was actually that was the first time I found out about pickle juice
So tell us about pickle
at a
juice.
barber on how it right. It kind of just like gives you more energy. Right. What's it called? Um,
Salt.
yeah,
It's
like if you're
salty.
feeling tired, or yeah, I drink that whenever I'm dehydrated and help me get hydrated again.
I love pickles. I drink
Yeah.
pickle juice. I love pickles. I But what I do is I go buy a jar of pickles and I'll buy like 2 habaneros and I'll chop them up and I'll throw them in the jar of pickles and let them sit for like a month and then eat them. So I make my own and like chop up fresh garlic too and throw it in. Maybe get some fresh dill. Yeah, I like to spice up my pickles. But dude, so in high school, I had a buddy of mine that had really bad acne, right? And he tried everything. So he started washing his face with pickle juice. Because I remember him coming to school and I'm like, dude, you reek of pickles. Like, what would you spill it on? He was like, no, man, I've been washing my face in pickle juice. It helped him out with his acne. I guess it's something that I don't know what it does, but yeah, he used to wash his face all the time with pickle juice, man. And he used to walk around smelling like a dill pickle.
Well, that's
And it made
that's
me
something.
hungry sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, man, I want a pickle right now.
And it worked or not?
No, it did. It did. It cleared up his face. Not like totally cleared it up, but it was nowhere
Right.
near as red as it was. Like he had that acne where it wasn't just pimples, it was like your whole face got red, right? And it was
Oh, really?
yeah, so he would religiously wash his face in pickle juice. And it really did help. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, dude. So uh coming from SFL mini GP, when did you decide you was gonna get on a 300 and then get to R6?
Whenever I got the 300, um, it was just whenever I started getting bigger, I started getting too big for the 110s. Um, you know, we were kind of like, we didn't really want to get any other bike because I already knew how I fit on other bikes. And I was kind of like, my dad was kind of like, yeah, I think you should get a 300 and start racing street bikes. And I was like, all right, right. And I mean, that's 300 obviously is a good starting bike. So um, I got on that, and it didn't take me long to learn how to ride it, and took it to Jennings, and that's where I trained on a 300 at. And then whenever I got really good on it, um, after about 2 years, finally got the 600, and I'm still, man. I I break. I definitely break. I had to learn braking a lot differently because on the 300, I'd almost slam on the brakes. And I'm like really hard on the brakes, so I definitely got to watch out how I go into turns on the 600. So, but I'm still doing pretty good on the 600. I
Yeah,
miss it.
absolutely. Yeah, well, you'll get it back soon. She will be home soon. You'll throw your leg around her. You'll hear her purr, and you'll be able to shred some tires, man. And I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait to hear all about it. Let me ask you this: coming from a 300 to the R6, obviously it's a big jump, right? It weighs a little bit more, but you got
Hmm?
what 3 times the power, at least twice the power. Um,
Yeah.
and your riding style and the way you approach corners, the way you take corners, the way you brake, the way you get on the gas, everything's a completely new game. How easy was it for you to adjust, and what was your biggest adjustment you had to make, if there was just one, coming from a
Definitely.
300 to the R6?
Definitely getting on the gas, how hard and easy I get on the gas, especially in the turn, because I mean that tire could break loose a lot easier um, than the 300. Definitely braking. Um, I mean I've almost flipped the bike a couple times, so going over the handlebars, and then shifting over. Uh, I've been able to work on shifting the bike from left to right, pretty easy. Um, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the transition and in the slower corners from left to right using a hip flick and yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's different. You know, the lines you take, yeah, the way you approach the corners, the way you get on the gas, everything. It's completely different. But was it a fairly easy transition,
I'd
or
say
did
it
you
wouldn't.
struggle with it?
I didn't. No, I didn't really struggle with it. No, it actually wasn't really too difficult to really get used to it. Um, it just took me probably a couple track days, and I was able to really get it dialed in.
Nice.
And now I'm at where I'm at now.
Dude, and I bet the first time you rode it coming from 300, you're probably like, holy shit, right?
I
Like
mean, it
this
was a
thing rips.
whole different ball game. It
Right.
was, yeah, that was whenever I definitely figured out I'm gonna love this bike a lot more.
Right.
And then I mean, not even a year of racing the 600, my dad was talking about getting me on the 1000. I'm like, and even I said, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna wait on that.
Yeah.
That can wait.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move. I think you will progress faster and further staying on smaller bikes than jumping on a big bike soon. Um,
Yeah.
it's because, dude, even on the 300, Damon, you still learn a lot. Mechanical grip, corner grip,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
all
you
that,
learn a lot
right?
from slower bikes. Hmm.
100 more than you're gonna learn coming from being new, coming from a 600 that you just got. Then the next year jump on a 1000. That's like, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
huge dump. And you got electronics and all this other stuff you got to add into it, and then the power and again the brakes and yeah, body position and yada yada yada. It's a big jump. But coming from a three, I've ridden a couple 300. Actually, I didn't. My buddy had a 250, a Ninja 250. It was a, oh man, I'm trying to think of what year it was. He bought it. He got it fairly cheap. I think he only paid like $250 or $100 or something. It was a girl's that bought it, and she bought it. I guess it was used. It had, I don't even think it had 10,000 miles on it, and she had bought it and took it out and dropped it, right, and then picked it up and dropped it on the other side, and then finally got it going again, and then like wrecked it a couple days later. Not fast, like training in like a parking lot, before she
Hmm.
actually takes it on the main roads. Um, and just she was scared of it, so she let it sit. So my buddy ended up getting it super cheap. Anyway, the story is that he brings it to me. I go through it, antifreeze, spark plugs, filters, all this stuff, get it going, oil changes, and he bought clip-ons and all this stuff for it. And yeah, we took it down to the track, and it was a lot of fun, man. It really is. That bike right there, it's no power, right? But it's not meant to. It's all teaching you corner
Right.
speed,
Yeah. All. Yeah.
corner
Right.
speed. It's all
Hmm.
that bike is 300, 400, but 400, they're fast and it's all corner speed too. But, and as you go faster, your brake markers are different where you brake at, right? You don't brake at the same point on a 600 as you do a 300.
Oh yeah,
So,
most definitely.
yeah, wrapping your whole
Yeah,
mind
break
around that. It's
a lot earlier.
right. So, let's talk about the 2023 season. What did you do last year in racing? Where did you race at?
I raced quite a few races. Roebling. Um, I raced in South Carolina, NOLA, um, Barber, um, Homestead, um, and uh, and then yeah, I think that was all the tracks that I've been to so far. want to
And
say.
that was all last year.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
track you've been to?
I think I have. I want to say Homestead. I want to say that's probably my favorite track. I've been on that track the most out of any of them, and I've definitely learned a lot on that track. Um, yeah, I mean, just the whole track layout. I really like it.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been there. I'm trying to think. 'Cause my dad, I grew up in Florida. Like, I flew a lot of places, but our main hub when my dad was in the Navy at the longest time that we didn't move was Florida and Jacksonville and Orange Park South. And he took me to races, man. But I just can't. I'm trying to think of what racetracks I've been. Like, I've been to Daytona, but it wasn't for super bikes. And I've been to several other tracks, and they were a couple hours away each direction we were in. So, but I'll never forget the first time you see a real road race, right? Not on TV, but the very first time you're there, you feel everything, the excitement,
Yeah, right.
the whole night, right? You're like, oh my God, I want to do this. This is so awesome.
Yeah.
100%, dude. Good stuff, man. So, what you been doing in 2024?
I've been working on getting sponsors. I got another sponsor with Vortex. I was able, I just came back. Whenever I went to New Jersey, I had to crash out twice. Same weekend. That was a very unfortunate weekend.
Yeah.
That was my first time ever crashing the 300. After riding it for like 2 years, and I crashed out Saturday and broke the foot peg and bent the handlebars. And so we had got new foot pegs, clip-ons, and then I was able to race the next day. And I mean, I made it all through the practices the next day. And man, the first race, I didn't even make it through a whole lap. And the second corner, I crashed out, and the bike flipped, handlebar, or not, the rear set broke, but only the back brake had broke off. So, but we ended up getting new rear sets. And then we got the handlebars were okay, and then we had got levers, and so from Vortex. So definitely good to have them.
Yeah, big shout out to Vortex, right? They're a great company. I actually got some Vortex clip-ons on my RC51. I've had those. I've had some PSRs. Man, I've had a lot. Still, one of my favorite clip-ons that I've ever used today is Woodcraft. I ain't gonna lie. So big shout out to Woodcraft. They're
Mm-hmm.
Eric is amazing. His products are amazing. But yeah, that's what I have on mine now is Vortex, and they're a great company because they make great products too as well.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this is awesome, man. So let's talk about the future, Damon. Right? What is your future goals in road racing?
Getting into Moto America, man. That's been my biggest for. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in road racing has that same future, but yeah, that's definitely my biggest future. And even uh, racing different bikes too. I mean, I want to race a whole bunch of different bikes too.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're like I always say a motorcycle's like a woman. They all are different in their own unique way. I mean, seriously, they are. They're all, even if you had example, you line up 10 CBR 1000 R's up at the same time, right? You know, the RRR model. You take 10 of them brand new off the showroom floor, you line them all up side by side. One's going to be the fastest, one's going to be the slowest. One's going to make the most horsepower, one's going to make the least horsepower. It's just how it is, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, it's so how do you achieve your goal of making it into Moto America?
So points and the amount of races, right, with ASRA. right now. You need 100 points and a total of 6 races to get into to be able to get into Moto America. And I'm at 3 races right now, and I have 74 points so
Bro,
far. So I'm like right there.
right there. Yes, yeah. And the only thing holding you back is your R6. So you need to get your R6 back.
Yep.
Let's get his
Yeah.
R6 back. People know it does. It takes time. Keith's right. The
Does.
waiting on parts is absolutely the longest.
Yep. Right now I'm just doing all the work on the R3.
Yep, that's it. Putting in that work, putting in that practice. And let me ask you this, Damon. Do you are you on like a specific diet, or do you just pretty much eat whatever you want?
Yeah, I kind of eat whatever I want. Um, but I still try to keep it, healthy to where I'm not, you know, breaking down on the track. You know,
Right.
um, but I still try to eat fish, a lot of meat, vegetables, all that. But I'd say I still eat a lot of junk food. I mean, whenever I was at New Jersey, I was eating freaking Sour Patch Kids and gummies. I mean, so yeah,
Listen, I laugh and I smile, man, because I'm not. I've told this story, so I'm not really going to get into it. But dude, I used to weigh like 260 pounds. I was almost in a 40 waist. Like 38s were getting too tight, right? So I said, fuck this shit. I'm tired of being fat. Now I'm in a 34 waist. I'm down to like it fluctuates 205 or whatever. Um, all by changing my diet, a little bit of exercise. I'm big into ice baths too, so I do that. Actually, I don't personally have a ice bath here at my house, but I have a creek right down the street, literally like 6 houses down on the left, and I got the little temperature gauge, and I'll shine it in there, and it's like 40 degrees sometimes. Sometimes it's even colder. It depends. And I just jump in that because I can get right up right here and just relax right down the street, and it's free, right? But what I did is I quit eating a bunch of bullshit, which means that when I went to the grocery store, and it was hard at first, Damon, for me, right, to do it and get it all down. But anyway, exercise, and the main thing was changing how I ate, right?
right.
Have you ever heard of Chef Eats?
I have. Yep. I
Yes.
remember seeing him at Roebling. I was battling with him.
Nice,
Mm,
nice. Jeff Servin,
Yep.
dude, he's an
Yeah.
absolute animal. He's amazing. He's a good friend of mine. And have you ever tried his food?
I haven't. No.
Oh man, you need to. You need to.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about him. I have.
Yeah, he's simply amazing. His food is just phenomenal. I mean, 3 minutes and 30 seconds in a microwave, steak, potatoes, asparagus, fish. I mean, he's got all kinds, and the menus constantly changes. He shoots you a text, you get all these updates. You can pick what you want. You can have meals custom made, whether you want no salt, no seasoning. Just whatever you think your diet should be, right? He'll make it for you, and it's simply amazing food. So yes, I'm giving a big shout out to my man Chef Eats, because what he's doing and his products, I stand by. I've had it, I tried it, so yeah, I can absolutely say it's worth it. It's so good. So that's might be something, Damon, that would be good for you. I not might something. It is something for you to seriously look into, because it's pre-made meals. They come, you just throw them in the microwave. When you're at the track, you just bring a little microwave, throw it in the microwave. I mean, it saves cost on food and all that stuff, and you get a
Right.
full meal. It's not just little this, little that. It's really good. But yeah, we'll talk after the podcast. So
Yeah.
do you I ask all racers this, right? Do you have any certain superstitions, meaning that do you put your right boot on before your left boot? Do you put your right glove on first, or do you listen to a certain type of
Uh,
music? Go ahead.
well, once I put my suit on, I definitely put my right everything on first. Everything, my right foot, right hand, right glove goes on first, and then you know. Well, I mean, I put my helmet on and then gloves and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do
But
you
music, I listen to a lot of rap. That's the main music I listen to.
so
Hmm.
listen, dude, we got my man Curtis Woodworth is up in the house. What is up? Isaac's dad was absolute
Yeah.
legend. He says Jeff Servin is the man. Yes, he is. He's absolutely amazing. Actually, I need to get on there and place me in order myself. So yeah, I'm a big supporter. I run his logo on the back of my shirt. And a couple other people too as well. And it's yeah, man, Jeff is absolutely the man. And then Curtis also says Damon, old school SFL mini GP alumni.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I love it. So this year, your goal is to fulfill your 100 points, get your MA license, and then do you plan on, if everything works out, do you plan on doing a one-off round this year in Moto America, or are you going to wait till next year?
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, it probably wouldn't be bad to do a round this year. But yeah, I'd probably do a round and then go into next year.
And so let me ask you this: what class? Obviously, what I'm thinking is you're going to enter the 600cc class, the super sport class.
Probably super stock 600.
Okay, super stock 600. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. Are you excited?
I'm definitely very excited. I can't wait to see what it's like racing with all the other boys out there, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's you be swimming with the sharks.
Definitely.
Yep, yeah. Head in. And so it's as you know, once you get into Moto America, it's completely different than club racing. It's like there's a strict, like military style set schedule. Like there's a certain time you're allowed to take and get your tires changed within this window. It's certain times for everything, you know, and you got to, yeah. It's not like club racing, where club racing is like super relaxed, laugh and chill. You know, Group C's getting ready to go out, blah blah blah, and everybody's just sitting around, whatever. You hear the horn or however they announce it, and yeah, in Moto America, no, absolutely not. It's bam, you need to be here at this time. Boom, you need to have it done. Yeah, but it's good. It's great. I think it's good. But that's it is different than club racing, so that's something you can expect for sure.
Definitely used to.
And you will, for sure. Absolutely you will. And what round are you thinking about doing?
What you mean?
Like what round of Moto America do you plan on participating in this year?
I'm not sure. Like what track?
Yes.
I actually haven't even looked at the schedule yet.
I got you.
See where all they're gonna be at. What all tracks are they gonna be at this year?
So Wisconsin's coming up next weekend, which I'm really trying to, you know what? Wisconsin's coming up next weekend, sorry. And then we got hang on, I got the schedule right here. Because I've been looking at it, trying to figure some stuff out. So May 31st through June 2nd is Road America, and then June 14th through the 16th is Brainerd. And then we got June 28th at the Ridge. July is Laguna Seca. And we got Mid Ohio in August, Coda in Texas in September. And then the last round of our beautiful series is Jersey at the end of September.
Laguna Seca. I want to say a lot of those tracks I've never even been to before.
Yeah.
But probably Laguna Seca.
Dude, Laguna is absolutely an amazing track. I went there. I've only been there once, and I went there in 2005, the first year MotoGP come back to the United States, and it was absolutely amazing. It's just like any track, Damon. You see it on TV, but to see it in real life and be there, you're like, holy shit, the corkscrew's like it's right. It's Coda, turn one. It's freaking Cadwell Park in the UK, right? When I showed up to Cadwell Park, man, the track's like this wide. I was like, holy shit, right? But to see them guys do that mountain jump, and I talk about this all the time, man, it's absolutely one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. It is, it's hard for me to describe and put into words. watching them boys leap and jump. Matter of fact, my buddy Caden Wilkerson was there. Big shout out to him and BSB, man. He's on the ZX10 this year. And I seen a picture of him coming out Cabral Park, and he absolutely sent it over the mountain. I was like, holy shit. So I hit him up. I was like, mate, bro, that was absolutely amazing. He was like, oh, it's so good. Jelly. I'm jealous, right? So well, good stuff, Damon, man. Dude, that's awesome, man. And you know, we had talked previously, you really don't watch a whole lot of road racing on TV.
Yeah, whenever I was younger, I definitely did, but kind of grew away from it a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you. And then tell everybody what you do for work.
Well, I go around my neighborhood, mowing lawns, make a little bit of money. I got a Husqvarna zero turn,
Nice.
and got a steel weed eater, and I got a backpack blower.
Damien wants to say hi to podcasters. Damien,
from the trailer, and drive it.
It's Damien, just my friend.
What's up, man?
Dude, I told you this was gonna happen, David. Right? I called it. Like, thanks, bud. I appreciate you. I love you. Hey, make sure you shut my door. Thank you. So, yes, everybody, you guys already knew that is my son. So, me and Damon was on camera, but obviously before we went live, and I walk in the bedroom. Rossi took my water bottle like he always does and put it in the bathroom. So I had to go get it, and I come back in here, and he's doing the same thing, hit me on the head with his blow-up lightsaber, right, that he got at a birthday party today. And he specifically said, he told me and him, he's like, I'm going to come in during your podcast. I'm going to hit you on top of the head with this thing.
This is his logo. Let me show him.
Hang it up right there. Just show him right there. But anyway, yeah. So everybody, Rossi's in the studio. Yeah.
Podcast. That's his logo on YouTube.
Yes, it is, my friend. Yes, it is. I lost my train of thought right there for a second.
If you're not subscribed right now, he's gonna subscribe. Like everybody should do right now.
Everybody should do. Fist pound, my man. All right. Kids are, man, I love him, dude. He's absolutely amazing. He brings out the best in me for sure.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, man, dude, this has been a lot of fun. I told you 45 minutes was gonna go by super quick. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah.
I told you. Yeah, it is, right? And you're not as nervous as you was, right? You're yeah, right. I told you, man. Yeah, dude. And so now when we set up part 2 after we get off of here, you're like, I got this. This is absolutely. This is awesome. So let me ask you about your gear. What suit do you wear? What brand suit and all that good stuff?
So Scott had made my suit, and or Frank, the brand of my suit, I'm not sure the name, the brand of my suit, but I got Alpine Star boots, Alpine Star gloves, and then I got
HJC.
Yeah, HJC. Yeah, that's the brand I get a lot of my helmets in. I do want to get an Arai helmet. Those have been my favorite helmet, like, for a while. I've been wanting one for a long time.
Yeah,
I'll probably get one whenever I get into Moto America.
Yeah, they're great helmets.
Hopefully.
I just got me a new Arai helmet, a Corsair X. That I'll show you after this. I got that. I got 2 HJCs. I got the Ralpha, or however you say it, 11, and then I got the new HJC Ralpha 1, Alpha 1, Ralpha 1, whatever it is. You guys know what I'm talking about. The one that's FIM homologated, the Red Bull helmet. Man, it's a nice helmet. I like it. But my only issue with that helmet, man, it whistles. It's got this whistling spot to it. Like, I hold my head at a certain angle, and it's just, and I'm like, what the hell is that, dude? It's my helmet has this little. I don't. Does anybody else out there have the same helmet I have? Does it do the same thing? The whistling? But it's a great helmet. It's a little bit heavier than my Arai. Okay. And then I got the, of course, the AGV Piesta RR helmet, Valentina Rossi, which I love that helmet. It's very, very noisy. It is a noisy helmet. Even with the earplugs in, it's still really because it breathes so well. It's ridiculous, but it's very noisy. But my next helmet that I am gonna get is a KYT, hands down. That's my next helmet I'm getting is a KYT helmet. So yeah, and look,
Dad, I came in here to congratulate you on 400 subs.
My man, high five. All right.
Good job, man.
Yeah. So
I'm not trying to mess you up.
no, you don't ever mess me up, buddy. Trust me. I have a good time when you break in here and hit me over my head. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so we got my man Isaac Woodworth is in the house. He said, "What is up, bro?" Yeah, dude. He said KYT on top. Yeah, for real. I'm definitely gonna get me a KYT. I finally got me a full custom suit coming. I can't wait to show everybody. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm super excited about that. It's my first custom suit, right? Gloves, all by Bison. Right. Yep, chest protector.
I got my suit. Actually has carbon fiber on the front of it.
Nice.
And they said that was the first time they ever did a suit like that. So they wanted me to see how it was. I mean, it feels very good on the inside. I mean, definitely a lot better than any other suit I've ever
had. Good, man. It's good to hear. It's good to be suits. Well, I mean, obviously it's one of the most important things. But it's got to be comfortable, right? Like the only reason why I say that because I bought my whole life I've off the shelf suits. I mean, you buy it, and when you put it on, it fits great in some areas, and other areas it don't fit as good, right? But it's a compromise. Right, from Alpine Star to Dane Easy to RS Tachi to Revit, right? Whatever suit, it's like jeans. You put them on, or shoes. They all fit you a little bit different. You just find, I guess, if you're going to do it off the rack, what fits you the best off the rack, right? But you guys already know what I'm going to say. Just get a Bison. So yeah, I'm a big supporter of Bison. They're absolutely amazing people. Again, I keep saying it. And listen, I'm friends with a lot of people in the industry that makes leather suits, like Envy Racing. Absolutely amazing. Darwin, big shit out to Darwin at Envy.
Yeah, that's
bro. It's absolutely amazing. Yes, dude, amazing suits. I got my man Todd from Heroic. Right, he makes good stuff too. There's so many people that make them, but me personally, I mean, I obviously Bison. I'm part of the herd. Put it that way. So it's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, listen, Damon, dude, we're coming up on an hour on this. I want to get away from all the motorcycle talk. We'll get right back into it on part 2. But I want to ask you which is my favorite part of the interview, where we get to know you away from motorcycles and you as a normal human and not an up and coming legend that you are, right? So let me ask you this. Tell us your worst habit. What is Damon's worst habit?
What is my worst habit? Getting up out of bed. Definitely my favorite place is my bed.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it's everybody's favorite place. Yeah, in the bed. I hear you. So let me ask you this then. Tell us something we don't know about you.
Oh dang. I don't know. I can't think of something.
There's got to be something, Damien. Dude, what's up, Fabian? Dude, it's got to be something. There's got to be something like I don't like squash. Or, tell us something we don't know about you. Or I'll let you think about that. We'll come back to that one. I'll let you think about that one. So let me ask you this. If you can invite any 3 people in the world to a track day, and it could be anybody, your friends, your family, Valentina Rossi, dead or alive, it don't matter, movie stars, what 3 people are you bringing to a track day?
Definitely my girlfriend. Gotta bring her everywhere. My dad and Um, basically the same that always come with me. You know, my mom and my dad.
That's it.
Got
Nothing but love, right? Yep. I love it.
right.
It's a good answer. Watch, check this out. Boom. Sending all the love out to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And great answer. Yeah, it's awesome, right? Yeah. And then so Isaac's actually got a question for you. Isaac said, what do you do on your free time, bro?
All right, so shoot, I'll go around on my 450. Man, I go around the neighborhood on the street, ripping the streets up, man, doing wheelies. You know, that's definitely one of my favorite things to do.
Terrorizing the neighborhood.
Right, or I would just be chilling at the house. I don't really play video games that much. I kind of grew away from that a little bit, and because I mean my internet isn't so good right now, so if it was better, I'd probably be on the game a lot more. But yeah, if I'm not doing that, I'm either out on the bike or I hang out with my friends. Um,
Do you go to the gym at all?
no, but I have. I do lift weights. Right. I bench press. You know, I got some weights in my back. Um, I got a bench bar. I got a curling bar. Um, yeah, that's pretty much about it. And I do push-ups, um, jumping jacks. Yeah, I don't do too much exercises. I do. Yeah, I definitely do a lot more weights, building my muscles up. Yeah.
Nice. I man, I just do push-ups. I do this breathing Wim Hof method where I do these 30 deep breaths and then I do push-ups and I like to stretch. So I stretch out a lot, right? Like I'm
Oh, yeah, that's
30
good.
minutes or an hour just stretching, and trying to be as
Right, that's
flexible at
good.
least.
Yeah. Whenever I did boxing for about 2 months a while ago, probably about 6 months ago. Um, I did that for 2 months. And definitely before we would start the classes was definitely stretching. And I mean, we would do all types of stretches, and the the coach would come by and we'd do butterflies. We'd be stretching our legs and stuff, and he would just push us down, and man, that definitely hurt, definitely sucked, but it was definitely felt better doing that in boxing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's good to stretch. The more flexible you are, the better off you'll be, right? So yeah, good stuff. So I listen to. Do you read books or listen to audiobooks?
Not really, no.
Well, I'm a big audiobook reader. So I have some to recommend for you, for sure.
Okay.
Of course, most of them are like motorcycle related, right? But there are some like motivational, like David Goggins. Currently, right now, I'm listening to The Ragged Edge by Stuart Baker, and it's all about the Alaman TT because everybody knows it's my
Oh
favorite race of the year.
yeah,
I love the
that's
GT.
definitely. I grew up racing that. That's some crazy stuff, man.
They're
Crazy racing.
absolutely they're legends, every single one of them. And it's getting ready to come up. It's getting ready to start at the end of May. So
Is it?
yeah, yes,
End
I
of May?
can't wait. Yes, the end of May, first week. It's a 2-week event. I
Wow.
can't wait. It's gonna definitely be a lot of fun. So let me ask you this: Do you listen to any podcasts?
Not much. I mean, the only podcast I've started listening to was yours. Yeah,
Bro,
I don't really
no way,
watch.
really?
Yeah, I don't watch too much podcasts.
Bro, nothing but love. Thank you so much. It's an absolute honor. Look, we got Bubba in the house. What is up, Bubba? Bubba Herrera. He said, "What's up, Damon?"
Well, that's my dog. Yep, that's one of my friends here.
Nice.
Yep.
That's all. So does Bubba ride too?
Not at the moment. He did have a bike He ended up selling it, but I would let him ride my bike all the time. I mean, I let all my friends ride my stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to keep them away from the fun or nothing.
That's right. 110%. So music, what kind of music do you listen to? Meaning that, like, if you hit play right now, what song is on your phone?
Probably, I mean, I listen to a lot of J Dot. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. J Dot Breezy. I listen to Future, listen to Kodak, listen to Young Boy, a lot of rappers like that.
My current, hang on, I'm bringing up my
And my phone just died, so I wouldn't even.
I know I'm actually gonna pull up my song on my. I don't know what my play like. What is this thing doing? No, I don't want to play. So I have the song that I'm currently listening to right now on my playlist is Young Dolph, The Land.
It's a good
But I
song.
listen to all.
Yeah, I like Young Dolph.
Dude, I do, man. I like rap, I like rock, I like reggae, man. It's one of those questions where it's you can it's so broad because it depends on what type of mood you're in to what you're gonna play. But I do tell you who I do listen to a lot, man, is that bro, Frank Sinatra, homie. You ever listen to Frank Sinatra? Yes, dude. Frank goes in, bro. Straight up.
I don't know too much about him.
That's all right. I'll send you a couple songs to.
Yeah, definitely should.
To listen to. And then we got Heather Webster Clark in the house. She said, "We miss you in the SFL mini paddock, Damien Montgomery."
Yeah, I miss everybody from SFL, man. Definitely been too long since I've been away. Can't wait to get back out there and race with them again.
That's right. That's right. And they can't wait to have you back, man. And then Bubba says Alan Jackson's where it's at. Yeah, Alan Jackson. Man, listen, I listen to country. I don't listen to a whole lot of country, but there is some country I like because of my wife. She's the one that really got me into it. My mom growing up, her and her twin sister used to listen to that shit. And I'm like, I don't want to hear this song, Mom. It's about dogs dying, all this. My wife left me, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear that, right? But yeah, like Morgan Allen and there's some Dierks Bentley and Alan Jackson, and there are some songs that I do enjoy it and listen to as well. Let me ask you this: who's your favorite comedian?
I mean, there's Kevin Hart, Cat Williams, let me see, who else? Pete Davidson. Yeah, there's more. I can't think of their names.
Yeah. I mean, it's Pete Davidson's funny. I watched his last Netflix thing he had. I just got done watching Cat Williams' new stand-up called Woke Folks Woke, something like that. Jeff Durham. Yeah, Jeff Durham's funny too, Bubba. He is. He's there's been a lot of really good comedians. So let me ask you this. What's your favorite food, Damon?
Favorite food? I really like wings. I could eat wings all day, every day. Really
love it. Wings. So
fried food is probably my favorite.
I like it, man. I like wings too. Do you like them spicy? Are you a spicy guy or non-spicy guy?
I definitely wasn't, but I don't know. Whenever I got with my girlfriend, it's like spices don't affect me as much anymore. So yeah, I can eat spicy food and be fine with it.
Good. Are you a pineapple on pizza guy?
I don't mind it. Yeah, I'll eat pineapple on pizza. Yep.
Yeah, I will too. 100%. I like it. I do, but I love pineapple, right? I grill pineapples. Right. It's good. If you never grilled a pineapple, what you guys waiting on? Go out there and
I've never done that, so you gotta try that.
It's good, dude. I make this one thing. I learned it from my mom, and I'm not a pork eater at all. Like I very rarely eat pork. One thing that nobody don't know about me is I don't like barbecue. I don't eat barbecue. I don't eat barbecue sauce. No, I don't. It's just I don't know what it is about it, man. I just don't. My taste buds just not
Right.
jiving with my shit, right?
Yeah, I don't really like the. Yeah, I don't like the texture, the taste. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah. But my mom makes these pork chops and grilled peaches, and they are absolutely amazing. But I eat more of the peach than I do the pork chop. But you get the sweetness of the peach and the saltiness of the pork, and it's good, man. It's so good. But yeah, another food tip. So yeah, it's really, really good. So let me ask you this: who's your celebrity crush?
Mm, I don't have one really. If
No.
I'm being totally honest, I don't have a whole celebrity crush. Um,
Okay.
Probably Ariana Grande. Honestly,
There you go.
definitely
That's your
whenever I
celebrity
was
crush,
younger. Yeah, whenever
right?
I was definitely into her whenever I was younger.
And Mac Miller, you said area, and that's what reminded me of Mac Miller. I listen to Mac Miller too.
Right.
I do like, yeah, I do like Miller's music. So are you in any other sports? Do you watch like football or baseball or hockey or anything?
Yeah. Yeah, whenever I'm at school and I'm not really doing anything, I'll watch some basketball, some football. Some I watch like the highlights. I'm not really too much like into it. Like I couldn't tell you people's names or anything or like
Yeah,
too much about it. But I'm definitely interested into basketball, football, definitely,
right
and
on.
hockey too. Hockey's I really like watching fights in hockey. I was always into that. I always talked about getting into hockey and fighting everybody.
Hockey's awesome, man. I've been to my first hockey game and I got invited VIP. So I was down there on the floor, like I'm literally pushing up against the glass where the hockey players are like, bam, smacking up against. I'm like, whoa, let's go, dude. It was absolutely, I had an amazing time watching live hockey. Yes, I seen some fights, right? That's what they do. But what I didn't realize is like the home team be throwing shit on the ice rink against the other team, like water bottles, all kind of hats and everything. I'm like, what's going on? I'm not used to that, right? Um, See
Mm.
that was different, but I suggest everybody go out and go see a live hockey game for sure. They're definitely
Yeah,
a
I'd
lot of
love
fun.
to.
Bubba says, "What about ICP, Insane Clown Posse?" Yes, I've listened to ICP. I've been listening to ICP for a long time since high school. Man, they've been around so long, right? It's not something that I listen to a lot. I mean, honest with you, I haven't listened to no ICP in a while. It's probably been years, but I do on my phone. I still got some like 5 albums of theirs, and every once in a while I'll go back and play one of their songs. I listened to Steve-O. He had one of the members on, and this has been a couple months ago, and I was like, oh man, I ain't heard no ICP in a while, right? Let me go sample their new stuff. So I went on Apple and listened to a couple of the new songs, but I'm more of a Mac Miller fan for sure than ICP. Mac to me was just he was different than everybody else in the game. He was absolutely his own style, his own vibe, his own beat, his own everything, right? Um that's what I like about Mac. But yes, ICP I do. I asked this to everybody, but you already said you're not a big gamer anymore, but Xbox or PlayStation?
Definitely, I have an Xbox right now, but I think I always gotta go with PS4. PS4 is definitely where it's at.
Absolutely.
I
I
still have my PS4 actually,
do
but
you?
something on the inside's broke, and I ended up buying an Xbox because my brother had bought one, and because I could play Halo on it. So that was the main reason I got the
I,
Xbox.
I'm a PlayStation myself. I got a PS5. I gave my son a PS4. A buddy of mine, well, this guy I know, gave me an old Xbox. It was like the second gen, I think. But I'll never play it. But I did. I bought the first Xbox when it come out because of the Star Wars game. And then I got hooked on Gears of War. I was like, dude, Gears of War is the shit, dude. Right? So
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
yeah, Gears of War is
That
awesome.
game's kind of like what's it called? Uh, uh, Doom.
Kinda,
Yeah,
yeah.
Doom.
Yeah,
Hmm.
kinda,
Yeah.
kinda it is. Yeah. So Bubba says, see you, Damon. I gotta go gather up the cattle. Good luck.
Yep, he works on the farm and all that.
But yeah, like I said earlier, game that I just got to beat personally.
I can't really understand you.
Oh, can you understand me now? Can you hear
Yeah, I
me now?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got done beating in the last of these.
No, it's still messing up.
What about now? Can you hear me now? It's got to be on
Yep.
your end. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, there it is.
All right. Let me see if because I've been messing with the audio settings. All right. All right. There we go. Let me ask you this: did you growing up since you've been into motorcycles? Did you ever have a favorite road racer growing up?
Yeah, my dad would. I would watch MotoGP, Mark Marquez, Rossi, um, and then even even in the TT races, Guy, I remember him.
Guy Martin, absolute legend. Peter
Yeah,
Hickman, dude. I'm a dude, so I can sit here and talk about TT all day long. Absolutely, all. I love the Isle of Man TT. I'm so fascinated with it. It's ridiculous. It's
right.
I really am. It's an infatuation. I have a bad infatuation with it, but I love it. It's such an amazing race. I mean, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
I'm not taking away nothing from Moto America or BSB or anything like that, man. It's just it's completely different. It used to be
Oh
part
no,
of the
I
world
feel you.
championship, right? It used that race used to be part of the world championship, and then they took it off the calendar.
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely
just
a lot different. Definitely, it's a whole totally different racing. Definitely.
absolutely it is. It's the most beautiful thing, like I said, I've ever seen. But listen, dude, this has been a lot of fun. We're an hour and 12 minutes into this. Um, so before we get off here, Damon, I need you to stay on with me when I end the podcast, but I need you to give all your shout outs to all your sponsors, how people can find you on social media and support you.
All right, yeah, I would like to shout out Dwayne Coker. All right, he's a power sports transportation. Like I said, he goes all around the country. He could deliver to your house personally. He could pick up from your house. You could just call him. And he'll come right to you. Have anything
So what
delivered.
exactly does he deliver? Like bikes,
Uh,
motorcycles?
a lot of because I'll go with my dad, um, and I'll help him load his trailers. And I mean, it's a whole lot of Harleys, Indians. It's a lot of spiders,
I
side
got
by
you.
sides. You have a couple of 4-wheelers. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of Harleys, and he has the whole enclosed trailer. He'll load both layers up in the trailer. Um, with I mean, it's like 80 Harleys in there.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely a lot. So, where can they find you on social media?
Um. Facebook on Oregon Donor Racing. YouTube. Same thing. Oregon Donor Racing. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where I post a lot of my videos of my races. Um. Yeah, those are my two main socials as Facebook and YouTube. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Vortex. They have a lot of good racing parts. Definitely hit them up for any of that. Um, and yeah,
That's it. You, that's awesome. Vortex is a great company, man, and it's good to have sponsorships and good people behind you. 110%, and that really believe in you. It makes a world of a difference, Damon, for sure.
right.
110%. But before we get off here, I got to say nothing but love to all you guys that watch the podcast, that like and subscribe. And if you have not liked and subscribed, please go like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Dude, I'm everywhere. Well, wherever you listen to me from, do me a favor and please like and subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. Big shout out to Bison again. Simply amazing people, some of the best ever in the industry. If you're looking for a suit, that's my suggestion. Bison 100% all the way. Big shout out to Chef Eats, Jeff Servin. You guys know all about Chef Eats. If not, I'll put you in contact. He has amazing meals for the racetrack. You don't even have to race if you just want to have them for your house. I mean, it's that. This is how good the food is. I'm trying to tell everybody it's super, super good. Yeah, big shout out to SFL Mini GP. Simply the best place in America for getting into racing, riding, and it's proven. Look how many championships and people they're pumping out. That's on the grid right now. All the legends of the sport, all the future of our sport. That's where they're coming from. And Jersey too. Jersey has one too as well. But yeah, big shout out to SFL Mini. Big shout out to RD Racing. My man Jake Marsh out there in BSB has a Club 45. He's an up and coming legend. He races in the GP2 class, so go sign up for his club. He's absolutely amazing. The whole RD Racing team's amazing. So it blows my mind when I turn on the TV or I go to BSB and I'm in the paddock. It's an absolutely a dream come true and nothing but love. Absolutely. Dude, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, and then all my friends that are going to be racing in the upcoming weekend for Moto America and BSB and World Super Sport 2 as well, and at the Isle of Man TT, all my friends, I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck. I will be watching, and you already know I'm going to be cheering for you. And hopefully, if everything works out, I'll be seeing you guys at the racetrack really, really soon. So, yeah, let's go. I really want to say let's go, but yeah, let's go, people. Yes, I can't wait. Let's go. Listen, Damon, I've had a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody that watches. This has been amazing. This episode will be on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all that good stuff tomorrow. And yeah, I will see you guys. I don't have a podcast tomorrow, but I got a couple next week, so you guys stay tuned. Nothing but love. I love every single one of you guys, and thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.
All right.